What is the hardest part about starting a company? Or being an
Confidence,
entrepreneur?
keeping the confidence up, because you totally lose it some days, but
Yeah.
I think just keeping it up and like ignoring criticism and
Yeah, I find that the best skill I ever got was just like being rejected a lot. Like basically, it's sort of like you just end up. I have a blog post I say like if you're not getting rejected every day, your goals aren't ambitious enough or whatever.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was just at NYU and someone was like, "Well, did you get rejected yesterday?" And I was like, "Actually, I emailed Steve Jobs and he didn't email me back." And I did. Like I do like every day try to get rejected, and I think it's actually a good skill. It's one of the most important skills as an entrepreneur because you because that's basically you have to get rejected a lot. And you're sort of, the great thing though is that the payoff is kind of like a max function, as we'd say in computer science, whatever. Like all you need to, like if you're trying to recruit a programmer, you can get rejected 49 times, and as long as you get the 50th, you've won, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're trying to raise money, you can get rejected 49 times, and all you need is one. So so much of this is sort of like a numbers game that you just have to one of the most important skills is to like just get used to getting rejected. And like eventually you just don't care.
Yourself against the wall.
Like at this point I'm like, okay, I got rejected again by it still happens, like VC or whatever, and like just no matter what, you're always getting rejected. But and I also think that roller coaster, what you said about like the roller coaster, like that's just inevitable. I think everyone
It's
everyone
so awesome when you leave a meeting feeling amazing that it totally negates the like how many times you're gonna leave a meeting feeling like shit.
But like people that start companies, and I don't know, I touch a lot of people who are like having ups and downs, and I'd sort of tell them like everyone does. I mean, I'm sure whatever, Mark Zuckerberg probably has ups and downs. I mean, I don't know, maybe he doesn't, but like
no, he doesn't.
Okay, but the rest of us do.
Yeah.
And it's just the nature of doing something that's high risk or whatever, but it's also what makes it like so satisfying in the end. Like also like when it works and like you're like, wow, if it was like super easy, it wouldn't be as satisfying, right? I mean,
true.
And I think also like the fact that you get to work with people that you like, smart, creative people. And
pitching, you want me to talk about how it
sure.
feels like to pitch? You just have to like, I don't know, bring so much energy to the table. Like you have to listen to like Kanye West's new CD. I don't even know what it's called, but like that music, and then just like be really.
Well, I think it's particularly hard, like with VCs, for example, because it's intimidating. You walk in and like there's like 20 people, and they're just like, okay, like and they're all very skeptical, and
So you just fucking own it, right? Can I swear?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what you have to do. They're not gonna these people aren't gonna give you money if you're just going in there and unsure of your idea, right? I kind of overheard someone pitching like yesterday, and it was like they kept talking backwards, like, oh, this is this, and then kind of like explaining how they got there. You don't explain it, you just like show them.
I think a lot of the biggest mistake people make is that they sort of like, they argue a lot for like why this is a good idea or this, that, instead of like what they really, but especially like VCs want to hear is they want to hear why this is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear like, like why this probably might work, this
and they don't want it to turn to hear how it could be maybe a lifestyle thing.
Oh yeah, that's the death. Like, like anything that's like at all like lifestyle is like, no, they want to hear that like this, that you want to walk out, basically when you're raising money, your goal is you walk out of the meeting and they think, okay, this, if we pass on this, we might be passing on the next Twitter, Google, Facebook. And that's the only goal of pitching people, I think. And people way over optimize for like, coming out of saying, hey, these guys are smart, it's a good business. Instead, they should be like optimizing for it has a 1% chance of being the next big thing, and that's sufficient to excite investors, because that's their business model. If you look at all VCs and all these or VC style investors, like
they don't give a shit if you're going to be.
Well, it's like because the returns are driven by the big hits, and that's just the way it is. And so like that's what they look for, and that's what you need to optimize for.